What's up, wealth builders? Today, I have got a repeat guest. Pace Morby is going to be talking about interest rates, AI, new business ventures, and so much more. And it's going to be exciting. What's up, dude?
What's up, brother? I walk into your office.
Yep.
And I'm talking to Brian.
Yep.
And I overhear the conversation about, like, they have a position in the company, which I won't reveal, but they have a position in the company they're worried about because AI is coming and disrupting your real estate side, everything else. And I'm like, it's really sad what's going on right now in the real estate space, that there's so much tech that's coming and disrupting cold calling, lead follow-up, everything else, where I don't think really anybody is safe in terms of anything other than owning real estate.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm trying to predict where any job goes, right? Even what we do, right? As CEOs and social media guys and whatever else. So I'm excited to talk about that. But I think most people who follow you and many who follow me are for real estate purposes. And so I want to knock out some real estate stuff off the bat.
Let's do it, yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the market, rates, all that?
First and foremost, I think the only people that would benefit from a market crash are the people that have been predicting a market crash for the last 10 years. They finally
they stop looking dumb.
They'd stop looking dumb. They would be all these YouTubers with fire emojis behind them would be like, finally, I've been vindicated. The market has crashed. Guys, the market's not going to crash. We've had a settling in for the last couple of years. People that are actually in the real estate game and understand supply and demand, understand that we have no crash. The one thing that's super interesting is this last couple of months, the jobs report is so low and underperforming. I actually think what's going on is I think Trump is such a genius. I think he manipulated the numbers to come in lower than what they actually were, fired the statistic lady to blame them so that he could put pressure on the Fed.
Yeah.
I just looked at the report. They said that now we were at like a 5% chance that we're going to lower rates this year. We're now at an 87% chance they're going to lower rates in September. So we've got 30 days they're lowering rates.
I saw they already dropped them for mortgages a little bit.
Yeah, they've dropped them like here and there, and they kind of stabilized, but we're talking like a full point.
Yeah, like a big drop.
We're talking like a homeowner could go from having a 6% mortgage down to like a 4.9% interest rate.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's going to be a significant drop in September. I think there's going to be another significant drop in December. And I don't know if it's because of Trump manipulating. I'd love to hear you guys' comments down below. Like, let me know. You think it's Trump manipulating, or you think Trump is actually an idiot and he missed all of these jobs and he's not doing as good of a job? Now, for me, what's tough is, as a guy who does a lot of real estate, people come to me and they say, what do you think is going to happen with rates? I go, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we just closed on 2 RV parks on seller finance, no money down, 0% interest. I got my first distribution this week. $22,000 on an RV park that I took over from a retiree. I don't care what the rates are doing. That's the sad part. But I do think that the mortgage, or I think the industry of real estate, house prices are going up.
Yeah.
And rentals are going up. And I think that Airbnb is going to continue to get hammered. I think that's a scary market. If you guys are in Airbnb or thinking about getting into Airbnb, I would be very fearful.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Airbnb.
I'm not a big fan. The last couple of years, I had some guy go on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but he was bashing me. He goes, Pace Morby, he hates Airbnb and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, get out of Airbnb.
You're like, correct.
But why do people want to be in Airbnb? Do you know the number one reason why?
The tax loophole?
The tax loophole.
Yeah.
What's another asset class that you can be in with for the tax loophole? The tax loophole states you have to have an average renter stay 7 days or less, and you have to self-manage it. You have to be into it like 15 hours a week, basically, to get that tax loophole. Great. Well, now with the big, beautiful bill that came in, everybody's like, I want that bonus depreciation. I'm a 9-to-5er. I'm a high income earner. I'm making $200,000-$300,000 a year. I guess I should go get an Airbnb so I can offset some of my income. Guys, an RV park will do the literal same exact thing. The difference is they actually make money. You know what I'm saying? They actually make money. So give you guys a quick tip right at the very beginning. 2 places I would go find an RV park right now on owner finance. Number one place, go to creativelisting.com. Unbelievable resource. You can go to an RV park, mobile home park, apartment building, creativelisting.com. Another one, crexy.com, and go into the search field and type in owner finance. You never have to worry about Airbnb ever again. It's the stupidest model. Unless you're going after like super hyper specific, I'm going to give you an amazing experience type of real estate investment. Stay out of Airbnb. It's a waste of your freaking time.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know you hated Airbnb.
Well, I don't hate it.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you didn't like it as much.
Well, I got started in Airbnb in 2017. So I've been doing it a long time. I still have some today. But Yeah, I mean, I killed it for many, many years, pre-COVID, after COVID, and my properties doubled and cash flowed and made great money. But I just kind of can see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's like saturation, you got to be better. You've got to, more laws, more regulation. And, now with prices and rates, like really trying to just take all those factors into consideration. Cause remember when I first started doing it, there's way less competition. Uh, Prices are way lower, rates are way low. Like everything about it makes a lot of sense. And then today
Yeah.
it's just a different game.
It's regulation, it's saturation, it's all of those things. It's also the hotel industry. Like Marriott has spent billions of dollars lobbying against Airbnb in certain areas like Atlanta, Vegas. You guys have had so much regulation
Yeah.
here locally. So when you're an Airbnb operator and you want to scale, okay, well, you take 80% of the markets out. How are you going to go do that?
Yeah.
First and foremost. Then secondly, you add the economic factors to it where these people are like, well, I don't want, if I'm going to travel, I'm going to go to a hotel now. Think about hotels 15 freaking years ago. They weren't experiential like they are now. Like you go into a decent hotel like Hyatt Place or anything basic, they've got an awesome lobby, they've got a restaurant, they've got all these things. I feel like they have stepped up their game so much that I would never look at staying in an Airbnb.
Mm. I like Airbnb for my family.
Of course, like bigger groups, you're staying at a place for a longer time for sure.
Yeah, because it's hard. Like, what kind of hotel am I going to get for soon to be 4 kids and traveling, and like it's hard. So the Airbnb makes sense for that. But yeah, I mean, I never stay in an Airbnb when it's just me and somebody else. Like that's always a hotel.
No, and it's interesting. So for you on your Airbnbs, did you start getting rid of them in 1031ing or what did you start doing?
I had some losses from flipping, so I just used them to cover losses.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah, so it was like the perfect time to sell them and even recapture and not like deal with it.
Yeah. It's interesting about real estate right now. I mean, I'm getting ready to go on this big tour, and it's kind of like my final push to talk to newbies. And all these newbies, they want to jump into Airbnb as their first deal. I watch them all the time, like, what are you doing?
No, they need a wholesaler flip.
You need a wholesale flip. You need a bird dog a deal for somebody else.
That's
or
basically a wholesale.
basically a wholesale where you didn't have to do the cold calling, right?
Yep.
And or go work for someone. Go work on somebody else's
Yeah.
team.
Make commissions, sales.
Right.
Yeah, I've
Like,
been thinking about it a lot lately too on that front. It's like I think some guys just try to get passive right away.
yeah.
And it's like, bro, you gotta like make income.
Yeah, you got to
Go
make
make a
active income.
$15,000 deal. Go make a 5,000. Like make money.
There's the today money, the tomorrow money, the forever money, right? And everybody wants to jump into the forever money. They watch the Grant Cardones or maybe me or Ken McElroy and they go, hey, I see these guys having these big
That's what rich
multi-family.
people do.
That's what rich people do. And let me just skip the line.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these guys are like Uber driving and they want to go buy I'm not joking. People will send me an email. They go, Pace, I've got a 166 unit multifamily deal. My name is Greg. Cool, Greg. What do you do? Like how far are you in this deal? He goes, oh, I just saw it online. Just thought you'd like it. Okay, what do you do? And he goes, oh, I'm driving Uber. I'm like, bro, hold on. Let's get you back here. Let's get you to find a couple of deals. Let's get you some active income, proof of concept, and a paradigm change. And that's the number one thing that people really need. Otherwise, they jump into like, let me jump into a rental and they can't manage it.
Yeah.
Or even worse, I watch, one of our good friends, I won't say their name, they talk about buying businesses. Guys, 99% of people on the planet should not be buying a business yet.
Yeah, I think the big problem is people don't understand the risk and the upside of it, like for today when you're first starting, like a business or even a rental. It's like, dude, one repair of a rental puts you under if you're driving Uber. Like
Yeah,
you're toast.
on a single family home, I had 3 single family homes last year. All at the same time, the pools went bad.
Yeah.
60 grand.
You're done.
I was like, okay, well, there's 5 years of cash flow on one of those houses.
Yep.
And so you have to be able to weather those storms. Now, I'm doing a lot more RV parks, mobile home parks, and multifamily now. Like my RV parks, the only thing that you have to manage on an RV park is dirt.
So you're not doing too much single family anymore?
I'll buy probably 12 single family homes this year. They're all co-living.
Got it.
I went away from regular rental. I went away from
Because you were doing, last time you were here, you were doing a ton of like co-living, just having single families like everywhere.
Yeah, I have. We stopped. We hit my number, and now we're waiting for those to mature, and we're 1031ing as needed. So right now I've got 18 for sale. We're 1031ing all into RV parks and mobile home parks.
Got it.
Because the beautiful thing about what I do is I will go buy a property with no money out of my pocket. I let it mature. It brings in, let's say it grows $100,000 in appreciation, or let's say 150. I will sell that 1031 that money into an RV park, which makes significant cash flow. Like the average RV park that I own, the lowest one I own nets 13 grand a month after everything.
Yeah.
The highest one I own makes $22,000. And if you're into those deals, no money out of pocket, one thing goes bad on an RV park. What can be bad at an RV park?
It's just dirt.
It's dirt, grass, it's trees. The problem is it scares the hell out of a newbie.
Mm.
Oh, look at all these moving parts, look at all these things. But the people on an RV park that manage it live there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a business more than
it's a business. Yeah. That's a really good point. It is a business. And the cool thing is the employees mostly work for free rent.
Yeah.
That's basically
They
it.
live there. They're enjoying lot rent. They want the community to look good for them. They live there.
They live there. And the hardest thing I have for RV parks is that these people don't want to live there all year.
Yeah.
They want to travel. So I've got to switch out these managers every 6 months. So even then, as a newbie, here's what I would do if I'm a newbie and I want to skip single family. I would find somebody like me and I would go, if I brought you an RV park and I brought you somebody interested in seller finance, you buy it. Can I wedge into some of that ownership with you? And I've been doing that for the last couple of years. I give people like 5% or 10% ownership of the RV park for bringing the deal to me.
Yeah.
I won't pay them a finder's fee, but I will
rolling it into it.
There you go. So instead of the finder's fee, take some equity. And if that's the case for you, if you're a high income earner, you're like, I don't want to waste my time with wholesale, because wholesale is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And
it's a business too.
Bro, it's another business. And people that don't have the acumen for closing and sales and storytelling are going to have a really hard time with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I saw the other day you started a new mastermind.
Yeah.
What? Tell me about it.
Mastermind 19, dude.
Hole 19. It's like that's where the deals are done.
That's where we're doing the deals, dude. You know, we've done a few golf things together.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I've been doing this golf stuff now for the last 4 years. Like people coming to golf with me, doing consulting. Then I do, you know, like when people came to golf with us, and we just went to Paynes Valley and Bandon Dunes and brought like big groups of entrepreneurs. And what I found was every time I would do that, it would attract like the high level entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all 7, 8, sometimes 9-figure guys. And afterwards, they'd always be like, bro, like, how do we like stay in touch? How do we keep this going? I'm like, I don't know, give each other your phone number. They're like, but like community wise. And I just thought about it. And, you know, you're in a country club. I'm in a country club. Like part of the problem is your country club is always like local. And it's usually like older people who are like retired.
This is such a good point, right?
Chilling, whatever.
I joined my country club, which is not as nice as yours.
Mm-hmm.
I joined mine 14 years ago. And at the time I joined it because I was like, I want to raise money.
Yep.
So I joined my country club to raise money. And I've made some really good friends there, but none of them want to talk about money because they already made their money and they retired.
They're done.
They're done.
Yeah. Like my country club is 6 figures to join initiation now. So to be in, like most of them are not operators anymore. They're all just old and
they're chilling.
Yeah. And nothing wrong with that. It's great to know those people too.
But it's not what you expected and not what I expected. I expected something different. I thought I was going to go and find community and people that are driving and like building businesses.
Yep.
90% of the guys I have are like, no.
Yeah. And also too, they do golf every day. Like
every day.
We ain't got time for that. We're like doing stuff. So I was like, man, well, I know how to start communities. I know how to throw events. I know how to, like, I've been doing this. So we formalized it. And basically, I created this digital country club in a way. And, you know, we got a community, a group. So what's going to happen is people can, you know, obviously introduce themselves, network, all that stuff virtually. I imagine, you know, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to Phoenix, you know, on these dates. Who's in Phoenix? Who wants to go play? And you're like, oh, bro, like, I'll go host you in Phoenix. Like, let's go. You know, that'll all happen in between. But the main thing will be just bucket list trips. And so now it just gives me like an excuse to do all these bucket list trips. And so,
well, here's the thing is like if a bunch of guys get together once, right? And they go do Bandon Dunes, for example, and they're all business owners. They all hang out and they go, man, this was incredible. How do we do with this more? Well, let's exchange phone numbers.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen?
No one organizes it.
No.
Nobody.
And there's no pressure also. There's no pressure of like, we have another looming date that's coming up that I need to prepare for. I need to plan for. I need to put on my calendar because I committed to this thing. What ends up happening is if it's not an organized situation, then most people just fall away and they go, man, whatever happened to that thing we were going to do?
Yeah, remember we were going to get together again? And
so who's your ideal client for this?
7, 8-figure guys, 9-figure guys even. We've already had a ton of guys, influencers, real estate guys. I mean, I actually have like a lot of golf guys who are in the golf world, like YouTube guys, pros, stuff like that. And then just normal, like everyday businesses. I mean, there was a guy who applied very first day, he had like 47 Bojangles. There was a guy, professional service guys, wealth management guys who manage like billions. Like it's crazy. And then there's normal guys too who are wholesalers, making $500,000 a year and hustling. And it's like, this is the other part of it too. So it's like, you go on these bucket list trips and, I think our next one's going to be in Florida at Stream Song. And, let's just say we have 50 people there on this bucket list trip. The difference is too, like, we're going to play the rounds, but then after the rounds, we're going to have like a legitimate mastermind. And what I have found, and I know you found this too, is when we just only hang out with real estate guys, it just kind of gets boring. But then when we hang out with the financial guy, the tax guy, the coaching guy, the franchise owner, the dental guy, you're just like, whoa, you guys do that? And like, we would have never thought to do that in real estate. Like, okay, let me do this. Oh, you're doing that for your YouTube? Okay, well, let's try that over here in, tax. And I've just found more value getting around diverse business guys.
I stopped going to real estate masterminds about 3 years ago. Because it's the same conversations, right? You've already accomplished those things. You've already checked those boxes. And you end up finding that they're all doing the same things and they're all saying the same things. And then they all want to have some transformational thing in their life. And I'm like,
yeah, we can only talk about or the AI setter.
Right. Long enough.
So many times.
30 minutes and I'm done with that conversation. I'll move on. Yep. And the other thing too is you want to be in a mastermind with people that have already accomplished things as well.
Yeah.
And I'll give the audience a really good example for people that don't understand why masterminds are so important. So I joined a mastermind last year. It's like a $250,000 mastermind. And I know it sounds like a lot. I mean, even to me, 15 years ago, you tell me I'm going to pay 20 grand a month for a mastermind.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's the craziest thing on the planet. But it is the cost of doing business nowadays, right?
And being in the room.
But here's what it means being in the room. So I'm sitting there. It's Tony Robbins' mastermind. There's like 30 of us. And Tony comes in and he goes, all right, we're going to write down all of your biggest problems and we're going to hopefully solve them by the end of this 3-day thing. I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds great. So I write down all my problems. I go, I want to really raise $25 million a quarter for my multifamily fund, right? That's my problem. So it's on my list. And this guy sitting next to me, before I'm even done with my list, he literally reaches over and he goes, I can solve that for you right now.
He's like, I got it.
I got that. And I go, hi, what's your name? Like that's what a mastermind is. I didn't even know the guy's name, but because he knew I was in a filtered group, he was in a filtered
group.
There's
already trust.
And I bought myself into a room that was like, think about the person that has a mindset around, I don't want to join $1,000 coaching product.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a scam. Oh, it's you're charging me for education. That mindset. Guess what? Where those people don't hang out? In $250,000 masterminds. No. I don't have time for those people. They can go hang out at Walmart for all I care. So the guy says, my name's Nick Sansone. Look him up on Instagram. Amazing. A new friend of mine, Nick Sansone. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I have 57 million square feet under development. I'm going to be the largest data center builder in the country. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. I flipped 20 houses last year. It's like, it's like the things you need to be in a room where you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And also in a room where people are loving on their wives and their children and doing and living
core values.
The core values, right? It's why they got into that room 90% of the time is they had those core values.
Yep.
And so when you go on a golf trip like this and you're hanging out with other people, whatever your biggest problem is, people watching on the other side, you get into the right room, that problem gets solved in 14 minutes.
Yeah. I'll tell you too, the other thing that struck me about it and why I finally just decided to like go all in at it was, once again, being at masterminds, the typical mastermind is like we sit in a room for 2 days straight, 9 hours.
I'm over that.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Yeah.
So like with this, it's like, oh no, bro, like we're gonna go play 18 holes at like a bucket list place and have a blast, have drinks, do whatever. Then we're gonna go spend 4 hours like really breaking in. Then we're gonna go have a sick dinner. Then we're gonna go do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. As somebody who has been to many things, I just don't see anything like it. So for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go all in.
I don't think that exists. So when I saw you talk about it, I was like, that's really smart. It doesn't exist. I think a lot of men are like, why doesn't that exist? So it's good that you built it. So somebody that's making $200,000 a year is not a good fit for you. Is that what you're saying?
Not right now. And it's weird because here's the thing I'm being a little subjective on the initial people. Eventually it's going to be like very hardcore.
Of course.
But on one hand, this, right? So I say, hey, I want 7-figure earners. And you go get a business that's doing over 7 figures and the owner's taking home 200
Yeah.
or 100
Yep.
or whatever, right? They're probably not going to be able to afford it if that's the case.
Right.
But then, you got real estate agents and wholesalers who are solo guys who are making 300 grand, 400 grand, and they're netting
Taking
it.
home 250.
Yeah. I mean, so like, do you disqualify that guy when they're technically making?
You got to be subjective, like you said.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about that issue.
Because you really want people to have the resources to solve other problems for people in the room, right? And
yeah, because revenue's not the end all be all.
No, I think building teams. I mean, there's people that, like, I'll give you a good example. A guy I recently just met, his name's Vic, a guy that I'm partnering with. This will give a good example for people in the audience. Like, what does Ryan Pineda, what does Pace Morby do in these private rooms? So I meet this guy who sold 4 businesses to Warren Buffett back in 2018 for $11 billion. And I meet him in these rooms, right? Introduced like with the Tony Robbins and these guys. I'm introduced through this. And he starts talking about this thing he's hyper passionate about. I'm excited about car washes. I've been in the business for 41 years. I've had multiple exits. I want to go and build 3, 4, 500 car washes, but I realize I don't have the distribution of marketing to find the people that I can partner with. And I'm like I have that. I have a nationwide community. We have 31,000 people that are doing a tremendous amount of deals. What do you need? He goes, I need land. I'm like, I can bring you land.
Yeah.
What else do you need? He goes, I need local operators. I go, I can bring you local operators. And you're sitting in this room going, so how much does this cash flow? And this is what he says. He goes, cash flow? He's like, yeah, they make $30,000, $40,000 a month. They have no employees, but we're not buying for cash flow. For every 100 car washes I buy, I can exit for $300 million. I'm not having conversations like that with wholesalers.
No.
I'm not having conversations like that with people that are fixing and flipping.
Yeah, he's thinking about the exit.
He's thinking about a massive exit. And he's already had, that's the crazy thing. He's already had 4 or 5 massive exits. They just think differently. And so you do have to get into the room around people that literally will change the way you think, make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. I was just golfing with a guy and he'd been following me and I didn't really know much about him. And we're just golfing and he's part of M19 now too. But it's like, yeah, so like, what's your, I know your business is doing freight and everything else. And he's like, yeah, we do it over here. And I'll go, how much do you guys make? He goes, we make like 150. We go like 150 million. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
It's a very different number.
And I'm like, what's the net? And I won't say it on here, but I was like, that's also a healthy net.
Wow.
And I just would never know that.
Yeah.
That there's that much money.
It's an evolution, right? And there's an evolution to everybody watching your show. It's like when you and I were first coming up together, kind of in the real estate space, right? You were heavy wholesaling, heavy fixing and flipping. There's an evolution, right? You hang out with the right people, you evolve, and you might become alienated from your audience. I might become alienated from my audience. In fact, I told you right before we started recording, like this next 2 years, what I'm going to spend all my time on is I'm going to answer the question of how do I get started so clearly and so definitively so I never have to talk about it again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like me having to answer that question again is holding me back from where I'm supposed to be going. Do you ever feel that when you're in your journey of being an influencer?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm over here talking.
I do the same thing too long, I get burnt out.
Yes. And then you also feel like the chain of people going, well, how do I get started? And you go, I've answered that. I've done 50 videos on that. Why is it? So right now I'm on this, like, I feel like it's a liberation journey for me. Next 24 months, what I'm going to be doing is I'm writing this book. I'll be done with the book in 5 months. The name of the book is Start Here. So literally, here you go. Start here. Here's the book. And the book isn't just a book. It's a book that comes with all the video companion guide of every single person that's in this book. So the first one is a lady that wrote me an email on April 9th. I got an email from a homeless lady. And she's like, I've been watching you online and I've been on the streets for 4 years. So what do I think immediately? Somebody says, I've been on the streets for 4 years. Drugs, mental illness, what's wrong with you, etc. And I go, I can't really help you. Here's my YouTube channel. She's like, I live in Mesa. I'm like, I live in Mesa. So I'm thinking, okay, what if I take this lady who has no money, no experience, every objection that your audience, my audience have always put in front of themselves from actually taking action. I take her story. And I help her get her first deal, not by doing the work for her, but by showing her how to fish, right?
Yep.
So I go spend the like 2 hours with her, teaching her, here's how to bird dog. Here's how to go find a deal for somebody else. She's got a broken phone. She's on a cot in a room full of 50 other women. And the shelter that she's in only allows her to be in there for 90 days. So she's about to get kicked back out on the street. So I'm thinking, what drugs are you on, lady? You know? And turns out her husband dies when she's 55. She's now 59. She's the sole, she raised the kids, so she didn't make any money. Her husband was a sole provider. He dies. Her kids are off doing their thing. They're in the military, whatever. They can't really help her. And she's trying to survive. Sells her car, sells her things, sells all this stuff. And she goes, I have nobody to help me. You know what I'll do is I'll just sleep on this park bench tonight for one night. Turns into 4 years, basically. Amazing story. Anyway, within 20 days, she gets a deal. She gets a check for $5,000. 20 days.
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, whatever. She gets a deal. I am like, okay, Maddie, her name is Maddie. And I go, Maddie, I'm not going to help you unless we can literally record every single sentence, every word, every door opening. If I spend time with you, we are recording it. Why, Pace? And I go, because I'm not doing this to help you. I'm doing this so I don't ever have to answer the question of how do I get started ever again. So then I started helping this homeless lady. And this, Ryan, it blows my mind about people that are trying to get started. People then DM me, go, yeah, but I'm not homeless. So do you have a game plan for me?
You're like, dude, what do you mean?
I'm like, I literally took the person that has every objection, every reason why they shouldn't be successful. And you think I'm only talking about homeless people? So I go, all right, what are the other, I started doing research and I found, I'd be curious about this for the book.
Yeah.
There's 4 people that I run into: single parent, single mom,
Okay.
father with 2 jobs, high school trying to skip college, and somebody working side hustles. Do you run into people that are common? Like, you run your events, you see people that are just like, oh, I can't do a deal. I can't get into wholesale. I can't do my first thing. I can't break out. Do you see a specific avatar that constantly has the same complaints over and over and over?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a single mom. I can't do it. I work 2 jobs. I can't do it.
There's the young kid who's just like, oh, I don't have any money. I'm young, whatever, right? I think there's even the guy who's doing well, has a family, kids, all this stuff. I don't have enough time.
Busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like they have resource, except they think they don't have time. I see that as an avatar. I see some people who are maybe older who don't have, they're like, I don't understand technology. I don't understand any of, how to use a CRM, how to look at a deal. Like, I don't understand how to.
Yeah, you guys are over here talking about AI lead gen, and I can't even open up Microsoft.
Yeah, so I think
Excel.
there's the older person who doesn't understand technology, the younger person who doesn't have money or knowledge. There's the person who's doing pretty well, who's 30s and 40s, family, all this stuff. They don't think they have enough time. Yeah, and then there's people who are like, and all 3 of those, I would say none of them like have an excuse, right?
Right.
The 4th person would be like the extreme case, like the homeless woman. Like, that's like a real legitimate excuse, but still, you're able to help her overcome it.
Yeah, the other one I see is wounded vets.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, but I see wounded vets all the time. I'm not a vet. I don't know why I attract all these people, but they're like, I'm a wounded vet. I'm a wounded vet. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
And they end up homeless a lot too.
They end up homeless a lot. And then the final avatar I run into a lot is, I'm from Canada. I'm from another country.
Okay.
I can't do this virtually.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if somebody in North Carolina,
these Philippine phone callers
for real, if the Philippine phone callers can do it while they're having a flood in Manila,
yeah,
then you can freaking figure this out. So this book that I'm writing, I'm not writing the book. I'm documenting. I teach somebody in chapter 1, and then I follow these people's journey. But the way I follow their journey is through video format, and then it turns into the book. So what I'm doing is I'm giving all this video footage away for people that buy the book. It's, probably 200 hours. It's too much for a newbie. I totally get that. But what I'm hoping to do is that somebody goes, that's my avatar. I'm the homeless person. Or
so they just watch that one.
They just watch that person. Because what's interesting is I am at a level, so are you, that you can go, this shipping guy that makes $150 million a year, you're like, I'm not going to get into shipping business. But that guy gave me permission to think bigger and maybe push harder on my own dreams.
Yep.
I took the thing from that guy that I needed.
Yeah.
Most people that are brand new, they go, I can't do that. I'm not homeless. I'm not a wounded vet. And you just helped a wounded vet. So I do this poll a couple of weeks ago. Hey, anybody I'm missing, any avatar I'm missing. And it was like, this guy goes, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this, I'm from this city, and you didn't cover any of those bases. That's why I can't do a deal.
Hmm.
So what I'm trying to do in my own evolution is I look at what you're doing with M19.
Yep.
Sounds a lot like MS-13 or whatever it's called, the gang. Ryan's over here building gangs.
Dude, someone told me that when I Googled it, I was like, at first I thought M19 might be a gun or something. It sounds like a gun. Then I was like, yeah, there's like this, this was like 30 years ago, some like Colombian terrorist group.
Oh yeah, there's a terrorist group right now. It's like MS-13 or something like that.
Then there was like a women's terrorist group, and I was like, a women's terrorist group? I've literally never heard.
You're like, dude, I'll take the name. I'll take the name all day long. Yeah, so that like I look at that and I'm like, oh, man, I'm envious of what you're building, and I'm spending so much time with the newbie, and I feel like I haven't done my job yet if the question keeps coming up.
Dude, you know what? The reason Mastermind 19, M19 even started was because I was I still am in the same boat of like, okay, I spend so much time training newbies, so Wealthy Investor, we're just really focused on the newbies. And, obviously we have people who are doing great things, but like all the front end marketing is always for the newbies.
Of course.
And I mean, that's the biggest market there is. And I literally was sitting with the team one day and I go, how do we attract more high level people? Like clearly, like most high level people aren't going to go start a wholesaling business. They're already doing.
Yeah. Wholesaling is for the person that hates their job or needs a job.
Yeah. They want a new stream of income, right? And they want to, quit their job, right? And they got to make something that's going to make them 6 figures. So I just started thinking about it. And I just was thinking back throughout my whole history as an entrepreneur. I'm like, how have I met the most high level people in my journey? And I was like, well, social media has helped me meet high level people. Like it's given me access to great, influencers and business people, but they don't become customers per se. Like they're just friends.
And you're not building things together. You're not doing deals.
Yeah, and we do occasionally, but like it's not like a business, right? And I just started thinking about it, and I've been doing this for 4 years with the golf consulting, and it just clicked one day. I was like, the golf, like that was always the thing that got the highest level people, and it also activated people that had no interest in my other stuff. They're like, yeah, I mean, dude, it's cool that you flip houses, but I don't want to do that. I like listening to your, stuff about building a business or the stuff about how to manage business and family and all that. And so then they're like, oh, well, now we have this commonality of golf. And I've been looking for an excuse to go on these trips. And I just started thinking about it all. And I was like, dude, the golf, that's like the front end, top of funnel that brings in these high level people. I don't know any other way to do it.
I think that's genius. I think it's the right thing. I think what I'll do something different, but
pickleball.
Not pickleball. I'll freaking break a leg or something. But for me, it's like, okay, I want to partner with people at a higher level, right? I want to do deals with people at a higher level. So what I've done so far is I join other masterminds and I collaborate and I, lend money to other people. I borrow money from other people. We're doing those kind of things, but like we've not built anything together. And so, the thing I have similar to what you have, which is Owners Club, you can't even get into it unless you're in Subto, but that I'm building businesses, but I don't talk about it outwardly.
Yeah.
If I talked about it outwardly, I would attract a completely different client rather than the newbie. And I think within 24 months, what I'm doing with brand, I know you're heavy on teaching people how to build their brand. What you put out there, you get back in return.
Right.
And so what I'm doing is I'm saying, all right, 24 months from now, the question of how do I get started? Where do I get my first deal? That's not a question I'm going to waste my vocal cords on anymore.
Yeah. Hey, you want to get started? Go buy the book.
Start here.
Yeah.
Start here. Like that is literally the name of the book is like, start here. Here's the flow. Here's the people. And I'll maybe pick one person a year that I'll go, hey, let me document this person and I'll make a YouTube series out of it. Like once a year, I'll help out with a newbie. But what I found is when I talk about higher level things on my social media, all of a sudden I get people that are billionaires, literal billionaires will reach out and go, hey, you want to do this thing together? I'm like, man, I spent 5,000 hours doing this with newbies. I spent 45 minutes talking about this thing and I get this other fish.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So on your mastermind, are you guys capping it?
That's going to be something I think we figure out as we go along. Because my thought process is with a physical country club, there's a cap because everyone actually uses the course and like you don't want the course to be backed up and all this stuff. in the digital format, there's no like course, you know? And in my opinion, the more people you have, the more you can connect with and,
Right.
get different connections to ad buyers or money or whatever, right? The only cap really becomes the bucket list trips at that point. And
Right.
so if it becomes that, man, not everyone can attend the trips because there's just too many people, then the solution is add more trips. And then at some point, as you add more trips and everything else, then you just start to figure out like, okay, this is the cap. Like I don't know what the cap can be.
Yeah, it's interesting because some people go, I want to be part of a group that's really capped out because they want the exclusivity or the status of like I'm in a limited group.
Yeah.
But here's how I think about it. I agree with you. Think about this. If you look at AI in the next 5 years, 10 years, 7 years, whatever it is, it's obviously very scary. I can watch all the YouTubers talk about what their predictions are, but the reality is none of these YouTubers have any employees or any businesses whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
literally.
They just play with chat.
They're playing with and like I see these guys, ChatGPT 5 came out yesterday, and I see like 15 of my friends that are influencers talking about how ChatGPT is going to change the world. I'm like, bro, you don't even know how to run payroll. You don't have one employee. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So if I really want to know what ChatGPT is going to do or what AI is doing, I need to be around other business owners that actually have that same problem.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I want to be in a room full of people that have, let's say, a CTO, right? Like
Yeah.
Brandon Turner, a mutual friend of ours. Brandon Turner has a CTO named Lior Weinstein. Lior Weinstein is in a room with me. I don't know if you know Lior.
No.
Bro, CTO, genius. If I get in that room, he goes, yeah, all my clients are doing this to prepare for X, Y, and Z rather than giving me a prediction. He's telling me exactly what is actually happening in a company that's generating $150 million a year.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in more YouTube content that tells me what their prediction is. I want to be in a room, M19, whatever it may be. I want to be in a room where people are actually interfacing with that problem and having to solve it or else they lose their business.
Yeah.
Like real stakes.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest challenges with a lot of newbies that they're sitting there on YouTube, sitting there on Instagram. They get inspired, but they feel like the YouTube inspiration is also the education that they need.
Yeah.
And it's really not. It really is being around other people.
Yeah, this is also kind of the thing I've been thinking about a lot is that as more content just keeps becoming, out there, right? And the content gets better. Everybody's leveling up and if you don't keep leveling up, then you're eventually going to fall to the wayside. And, so people are chasing trends and that's why they made 15, chat 5 videos and all this stuff. And it gets to the point where personally I'm at a dilemma where I've been now doing the content thing for like 5+ years now. And on one hand, I just want to do what I want, not care about the result. On the other hand, right, there's the element of like what's going to help people, what's best for the channel, the business. And so you have this like dilemma at all times. And another reason why I'm doing the golf thing, I have another channel that's got like 50,000 subs that I haven't used in like 2 years. I used to host the podcast on.
I remember, yeah.
So I'm going to turn that into a golf channel.
Smart.
And what I'm going to do is take the members out on that channel and create a golf YouTube.
There you go.
And so part of it is like, oh, well, sweet. Now I'm going to go and have content every week because they're going to come down and golf with me in Vegas as part of it. We'll go play around with new members who I'm meeting for the first time in a lot of cases.
And you get to do, I mean, if you're doing it right, you could do a podcast about these new members that are 7, 8-figure, 9-figure people.
They're going to get exposure for their business.
But they're also interesting characters.
Yep. We're going to play around a golf. We're going to have like a competition. We're going to it's going to combine elements of YouTube golf that don't really exist right now. Cause I think I watch a lot of YouTube golf because I find it really entertaining.
Yeah. Like Grant Horvat, what's his name?
Yep.
He's killing it.
Killing it. The good guys, they're all killing it. And most of it is competition based. It's like, oh, 1v1, break 50 and all this stuff. And it's great. And we'll do like some competitive things, but nobody has a golf podcast, right? So it's like all of a sudden now you're doing this competitive golf format, but there's also this podcast element of like, dude, we're just talking, like we could be doing this right now golfing, right?
Yes, we could be doing this. Well, it is 110 degrees outside, but yes, we could.
Technically, we could do it.
But also, you could go out early in the morning. But this is a really great thing because it's like there's an evolution, right? And
yeah, because I will enjoy doing that all day, right? And I enjoy doing this, but I'll tell you, I do not enjoy making solo videos, researching a topic, giving a top 10
chasing trends.
I hate it.
Yeah, I think that it's an evolution,
Yeah,
right? You probably enjoyed doing it at the beginning because it was a new thing you were
for
cracking.
sure. I had no problem doing it the last 5 years.
Yeah, and you did a great job at it. And then you get to a point you're like, well, I want to do the things that get me excited.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing the things that get you excited, what ultimately happens is you just you're inconsistent, you fall off. So I love what you're doing. You're mixing all of those things all together. I think like with what I'm doing, people go, oh, you're the creative finance guy. You're going to talk about creative finance. I'm like, I would like to talk more about creative finance, but I'm stuck in the world of answering the question of how do I get started 1,000 times? And if I could hand anybody a pill, like a magic pill, it would be be resourceful pill, which is go watch the videos. But because content's coming out so fast, what happens is people believe, well, the video that Ryan put out 3 years ago at flipping is no longer pertinent.
Right.
Finding leads, negotiating,
It's all the same stuff, but yeah.
right? But they think
need new.
I need the new. I need to watch it live if it's not the fresh
The
video.
new way to get deals in 2025.
And I look at that and I'm like, I haven't changed anything I'm doing in years.
Right.
I'm not chasing interest rates. I'm not chasing, oh, what's the new pain point?
Yeah.
People are going into foreclosure just like they were 20 years ago. They're going through divorce. They're going through bankruptcy. They're going through all these things. You find the sellers. You apply creative finance to it to solve their problems. You put the thing in your portfolio. You let it cash flow.
Right.
There's not a lot to it. And so when you talk about it every single day, you go, well, I'd like to talk about some of the bigger things I'm doing. I'm challenged with, let's say I go build 300 car washes. How do I find 300 pieces of land, deal with the permits in all sorts of municipalities? That's a new challenge for me.
Yep.
But instead it's like, well, hey, how do I get my first Subto deal? And I get this anxiety. Do you check your own DMs anymore and you're out?
I do. Yeah.
I look at them and somebody will go, hey, my husband just left. My husband died. Hey, my wife just left me with my kids. They tell me these stories that I get attached to. And every question is, can you tell me how to get started? And I'm like, how do I finish this question? How do I put an end crescendo on this thing? Are you just sending those people to your team? Like, what are you doing?
Well, dude, I actually got that question back in 2018. Like at that point, I had flipped 100 homes and I kept getting asked. I got annoyed 8 years ago. So, so what I did was I wrote my first book. Flip your future. Here's how to flip houses. And I started just giving it to people. So you're writing a new book too. And you've written books before, but like, that was what I did. That was literally the reason I even got into education, because I got tired of answering the question. And then I made a course and I was like, yeah, I mean, look, you can get the book. It's $15 or you can get the course. Here you go. And I didn't even coach people. So I did that for 2 years of just, hey, you want to get started, man? Read this book. And look, if you read the book and you watch the course and you still want to talk, then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Right. But if you can't do that, then don't bother me. Right. So that became like the default way for years. Then eventually YouTube happened. And I'm like, well, we got YouTube videos, we got coaching programs.
Yeah.
Like the resources are there. There's no excuses. Today, we've been doing a 3-day workshop.
Where?
Virtually.
Right. Oh, virtually. Okay.
Yep. So we've been doing a 3-day virtual workshop and we do it every week now. And so it's the Cashflow 2.0 workshop. So now I just say, hey, look, get a ticket. You can get a ticket for $47. Like if you want to go, it's 9 hours live, step by step.
Who's teaching this class?
Me and Javi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing it every week for like the last 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I never talk about it.
I've never seen you do that.
I know.
Are they coming primarily through what?
Paid ads.
Interesting.
So I don't really even organically promote the real estate stuff anymore. I just pretty much only have paid doing it.
Interesting.
So we run paid ads, letting people know about the workshop. It's every week, Tuesday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 12. And then if anyone wants to get in wholesaling, we're like, go to that workshop. It's $47. And then it's once again, it's like, dude, if you can't figure out how to get $47, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I do know what to tell you. Please go find $47.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you don't have it, just go get it.
And I will. I think the thing that stresses me out too is like I've traveled around the country trying to solve this problem. And it's like if somebody could just invent a pill and I could just hand people the pill to be resourceful,
yeah,
the world would be full of billionaires. So at some point I got to just go, all right, guys, no more of this newbie conversation.
Yeah.
I need to basically do that filter. The first book I wrote, Wealth Without Cash, sold 100,000 plus books.
Yeah.
And it was Bigger Pockets' #1 selling book for a couple of years. It was like their fastest selling book. So tremendous success. But people read that book and then they ask the question, they go, but where do I start?
You're like, what do you mean? Like, what did you
This
take anything you just read?
right. So this is the thing, and maybe this is to help Ryan. At the end of the day, the reason I came here is to talk to about M19. But think about it, like the people like you and me don't want to hang out with those people anymore. We were those people at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
We took the action. We did the thing. We got past those problems. We now have new problems. And so what ends up happening is your audience also doesn't want to hang out with those people. They don't want to go to your workshop. They don't want to go to some of your events.
100%.
What
So
they
they don't even organically promote it.
right. And what you're trying to do now, are you guys still doing social media training?
No.
Why?
Um, I have two reasons for it. One being, I mean, I'll do it one-on-one personally.
Okay.
And like, if somebody does want to do it, I'll push it off to my team and they can go do it one-on-one with them, but not like in a formalized group coaching and stuff.
The way you were doing
workshop.
it.
Yeah, we're not doing it that way anymore. I think two reasons. One, I wanted to get more focused on what we're doing on the real estate side. So I pruned out almost everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's ironic because, and because you have a lot too, I used to have a million businesses
Mhm.
and I just pruned out everything. And so like even starting this new mastermind, I was like, man, do I really like life has been way more simple, less stressful, more profitable, not starting new things all the time. And so for like I haven't started anything new in like a year and a half.
Wow, bro. You're like
So-
on recovery.
Yeah. So for me to start this, I was
This is like Entrepreneurs Anonymous.
yeah, I was like, dude, this is like too perfect not to.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I say all that because one of the things I cut was that. So one was personal reasons. Two was it's just so. I look at it kind of like Airbnb. Actually, this is a good way to look at it. Like when I was yelling at everyone to do it 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, like what an opportunity for guys like you and I who took advantage of
Yeah.
this wave. Like TikTok's new and Reels are new and like there's not all these entrepreneurs on YouTube. Now, like the cat's out the bag. Like everybody understands social
Right.
media is so powerful. And it's not that it's not worth doing. It's just like infinitely harder today to stand out than it was 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
I feel like also the biggest challenge you must be running into when you're teaching somebody social media is actually getting them to take action on it whatsoever.
Well, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that too. So that's one of the other things.
Because I feel like the social media, people would rather bang cold calls on wholesale, getting told no 1,000 times in in a private room
Then make a video.
than make a video and let other people see them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the other part that I realized too was like one thing, and I've heard you and I have talked about this before, but like something I call speed to success. So like how quickly can we get them a win, right? And what's the ultimate win somebody can get in real estate? Well, I think it's getting a deal, right? Now there's lots of mini wins along the way, but getting a deal, closing it, owning it, making money, whatever the outcome is. And it's like, man, we can really expedite the process to get paid in real estate through wholesale, through bird dogging, whatever. Social media is not like that. Social media is like, it takes years to build. It's like owning a rental. Like you better be in it for the long haul.
Yeah, you better be waiting for that appreciation in year 5, 7, or 9.
Like, and that's the hard part because it takes time, energy, money to like build a brand and make videos. And there is no like instant gain. Like you're going to grind it out.
Yeah, versus like a wholesale deal, or I can do a quick flip, or I can lend money to somebody on a property. I can make money tomorrow.
That, or even, if somebody's got a business, it's like, man, should I create, do I need to make organic content or should I start running ads? And I'm like, well, one has potential to like start doing it right away. The other's like long term. And, ideally you have both, but I've just kind of realized both sides of the coin now.
Yeah, I feel like it's the biggest challenge that you have with anybody at the end of the day is I don't feel like I'm the greatest content creator. I create content that I like to create, very similar to what you're doing with golf.
Yep.
But what your biggest challenge is getting people to take action on any of it. Meanwhile, like in your mastermind M19,
yep,
those are people that have been taking action for 20 years.
Yeah, no, these guys everyone buying has been the easiest. Like, so wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Like when's their objection, none of them really have a money objection.
It's when is the golf trip?
Yep. Every single one of them
It's
are
time.
logistic problems.
Yeah.
They're like, do you know like the next year yet? And I'm like,
yeah, because these guys are planning, like me and you, I know where I'm going in December of 2026.
See, I'm the opposite. I live monthly.
Okay, you say no to I say yes to things only if it's 6 months in advance.
Yeah. No, I don't do anything.
I say no, like, if people go, "Hey, will you speak on my stage in 4 months?" I go, "Nope, it's 6
It's too
months.
short.
It's too short."
Yeah. I'm the exact opposite.
Wow.
And I
Why
know most people are like you. So,
why is that?
bro, I just like living freaking like day to day,
Yeah, you're romantic.
I guess.
Yeah, I used to be that way, and I realized so for me, I just said no to a lot more stuff. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm saying yes to a lot of things. I'm in a situation in life now where I don't spend a night away from my wife and my kids.
Yep.
I haven't done a night away from my wife in over 2 years,
Dude, that's
which
awesome.
is awesome. But in the, the grind days, me and Jamil driving around the world doing Pace and Jamil
You
to
were doing it
America.
for a while.
Bro, we were in a
But dude, when we
minivan.
go on one of these golf trips, that might be when
No, my wife and
she'll just come.
my wife and my kids are hanging out.
Okay, good.
Like I just did a big golf trip with my group. We went to Pebble Beach. We rented out all of Pebble Beach.
Nice.
It was cheap, really, really cheap. And my wife and my kids are hanging out. They're doing the thing. And so I imagine same thing with like the mastermind that you're running.
Yeah.
A lot of
People
those
can bring
guys
their
are like,
wives and
I'm just
make it
bringing my
really
wife and my kids. They'll go do stuff. I'm playing golf.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what they want. Here's the beautiful thing is that they get a write off bringing their wife and their kids because they're
Now it's a
doing,
business trip.
it's a business trip.
Yep.
It makes so much more sense. So anyway, with all of that being said, for the people that are hanging out, I know you guys have seen episode 1 and episode 2 with me and Ryan. Um, I'm pushing hard, like the next couple of years, I'm pushing hard. In my mind, there's a chapter waiting for me in my book, like my personal life book, that I can't turn to yet. I feel stuck.
Hmm.
I feel like there's this chapter I know is there. I know the topic. I know the words in the chapter. I just can't turn the page because I feel like this question of where do I start is holding me back. And so next 24 months, I want to be known as the guy that answered the question of where do I get started?
Hmm.
And then I'm done. Not done with real estate. I'm just going on, let's go to higher level conversations.
Yeah.
And I'll go and talk about like rates, for example. And I see these guys following trends, and I'm like, that doesn't matter to a newbie. That doesn't matter to a newbie. That doesn't matter to a newbie. And I find all these trends and these things that actually would get in good engagement. I'm like, that's only going to overwhelm a newbie.
Yeah. They don't
And
need
then,
to know.
and then I start going, well, these are things I actually want to talk about. The problem is my audience is I'd say 40% of my audience are people that have never done a deal before, and I want to speak to them. So it is an obsession of mine. I'm probably going to stop doing this 24 months from now. I'll be done. And it is going on the road.
What do you think that let's talk about that. What do you think the next step ends up becoming then? Like you accomplish the goal because you will.
Mhm.
You're gonna go film it, you're gonna write the book. You're now gonna go to this next step of doing and talking about higher level, it sounds like business things.
Yeah.
Obviously family's gonna be right there and everything else. Is it just because you need a challenge and like you're capable of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't, it's probably the same thing with you. You're like, I've done that.
Yeah.
Right. It's
You
like,
can only do the same thing so long.
I can I proved to myself I can flip 1,000 houses.
Yeah.
So now I have a house flipping business. We flip 20 houses a year. I'm involved 0%.
Right.
We do very low maintenance type of flips. We buy them at 300, sell them for 500. Right.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You're in Tony's mastermind, and I had Tony on the podcast, and I've had Dave Ramsey on too. And the one thing I learned to respect about both those guys, because for both of them, quite frankly, I wasn't really a fan like growing up. I'm like, oh well, I need debt. And then like,
Yeah.
I never was into like the rah-rah type stuff.
Yeah. Like Tony.
Yeah. And, now being in the space and talking to them and getting to know them, like, okay, like I really respect these guys. And one of the things I respect about both of them, and at least from the surface, is what seems to be, at least from the front facing public side of what you're talking about too, with their content, with their events, is the ability to talk about the same thing for 30, 40 years in a row.
Yeah. I call it Adele or Dave Chappelle. It's like Adele. I go to a show right down the road. I know a couple years ago, I'm at an event. It might have been yours. And it was after your event was over. I had a flight that wasn't leaving until later. I go, I'm going to go see Adele.
Yeah.
And I go see Adele. Ends up being her last night in Little Caesar, or not Little Caesars, Caesar's Palace.
And the Little Caesars.
Might as well be Little Caesars. So it's her last night there, and she's got the flu.
Mm.
Bro, not only is this lady on point, she's got this handkerchief she keeps pulling out, sneezing, coughing, she's like going backstage and throwing up, coming out. she is performing and adding a flu joke or a sick joke on every single song. She took her like then on top of it, she's singing the exact same song she's sang for the last 20 years and acting like it's the first time she's ever sung it.
Yeah.
And I look at that and I go, is that who I need to be? Where I talk about the same thing over and over and over and over and in different iteration. Like look
Yeah.
at Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
He has talked about the same thing, given the same advice for the last X amount of years.
30, 40 years.
Does that mean I'm not destined for that level of greatness? Or is it just I have my own flavor?
Right.
Is that where your question's going?
Oh, no. I guess my point was those guys I really respect because I know I just can't do it.
Mhm.
Their ability to do that, the same thing for 30 to 40 years, the same message, the same events, the same avatar, the same people. Like, Dave's helped the same people for the last 40 years.
Yeah, that is an interesting question because I'll sit there and talk to Tony, have these deep conversations
Because Tony's had the same event for 40 years.
but behind the scenes, what Tony does incredibly well is he has these multi-billion-dollar companies that nobody hears about.
Right.
And so I think that keeps it.
But that's who you are right now. If you think about it, like you're the
Right.
guy right now who's, like you said, you're having the same message to the newbies. You have all these things going behind the scenes.
Right.
You're like Tony right now, but you're kind of saying, I don't want to do the same front facing thing.
What I think I'm saying is that there's questions that newbies should be asking beyond how do I get started that I would love to talk about. Like the Dave Ramsey thing. Dave Ramsey, I think, are talking to people that know they have a problem.
Yeah.
They're going and they buy his book that give him like the baby steps, and then he can address their individualized problem.
Right.
What I'm saying is that I'm addressing a problem that every one of them has. It's not individualized.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do is I want to transition into what my thing is, which is what Tony's incredibly good at is that he looks at you as an individual and can give you individualized advice, very similar to Dave Ramsey. If you think about it, what Dave Ramsey's actually doing is he created a book and a funnel that gets people to come to him after they've been aware of their problem.
Right.
So he's not saying you have a saving problem. They know by the time they get to Dave that their problem is that.
Right.
And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to eliminate, hey, this is your problem. These are the 4 things you need to do before you come to me. Very similar to what you're doing.
Right.
So it's not that I'm opposed to having my thing be about creative finance. It's that a lot of times the question people come into, you go, okay, I want to learn about creative finance. Where do I get started? I'm like,
You just kind of want to pre-qualify them a little more.
yes. And I want to do it to, it's like guys like you, me, and a couple of other real estate influencers. There's really not a lot of us.
No, there's not.
There's really probably about 5 to 7 that are like really credible.
Yeah.
Guys like Ken McElroy. There's a lot of wholesaler influencers that pop up here and there, but there's really not a lot of people that have really stayed the test of time.
Yeah.
So it's like if I have this grapple hold on the industry and I feel like I have this responsibility to go, let's get rid of this question first and foremost.
Yeah.
So that people can answer real serious questions, which is like, what's my next step?
Yeah.
Right? Like getting your first deal is the lowest level question I think we could ask. But where are you going to go in a year from now is individualized, right? You'll go tell somebody, yeah, you need to flip. You need to go do a couple wholesale deals so you can go do blank.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I want to focus on the blank instead of where do I start?
It's a side note about that. It's so funny. I'll get people who come in for consulting or whatever, and they're like, dude, I want to start a real estate coaching program or whatever. What should I do? And, it's easy money. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I know you'd get a kick out of this.
I mean, 95% of real estate influence coaching has all gone away.
I know.
They've all quit.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up to you because it's funny. Because you'd be the one to relate. This is why being in the right rooms allows you guys to share funny situations. So whenever I get these people, because they'll come up hype from, once again, our friend like Russell Brunson,
Yeah.
whoever else. And they're like, man, like I'm doing great in whatever they're doing in real estate, right? They're 7-figure guy, whatever. And they're like, dude, everyone wants to get help. They all want coaching. And I'm like, yeah, that's like normal for anyone who's successful in anything. Like they want to learn how you did it.
I pay for coaching all the time.
Yeah. And I go, but after those initial people, then it's over. Like now you got to actually like run a business and get new people who
You have to market and create a funnel and a sales process and a this.
And I go, it has nothing to do with real estate. It literally has nothing to do. It's all completely different with running ads and funnels and workshops and webinars. And like, it has nothing to do with what you know about fixing a house or whatever. And I go, you know, tell me, how many people do you know of that you think do 7 figures plus a year in education, in real estate? And they literally will say what you said. I don't know, like maybe 5, 10, whatever. I go, how many people do you think do 7 figures in real estate investing in the US? Let's add hotel people, multifamily people, flippers, wholesalers,
Tens of
Airbnb.
thousands.
I don't know what the number is, but it's definitely tens of thousands. It could be 100,000. Like, I don't know, but there's tons of people doing over 7 figures. I go, so which one's harder?
Coaching.
The statistics are what they are.
Right.
You know, it's not like any of those people aren't being asked to.
I think, and also if you're trying to be a real estate coach and the reason you want to be a real estate coach is because you go, it's easy money. It's the opposite of the business you should be in.
Yeah.
Because not only is it not easy, but number two, the client doesn't deserve that mentality behind it. Right.
Right.
And so you look at where the industry is going. And so what I'm actually stressed out about, this is where I'm so passionate about it, is I look at AI. I look at robotics. We talk about like, what are your kids going to do?
Yeah.
Right. You've got 4.
Yep.
I've got 4 and I've got a 1-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
What is my 1-year-old boy going to do? And here's a couple of things I know for sure 100% are going to be around in 20 years. Real estate ownership, certain business ownership. But if I own real estate that's affordable and I own real estate that UBI can cover or people's pension or retirement can cover,
yeah,
I'm golden.
You think UBI is going to be a thing?
Oh, it's already, I mean, you look at what's happening in Texas and some other states, like I already see it's happening. Localized UBI has been around for like 5 years. Like if you look at, if I look at Vegas, city of Vegas, and I go Google this right now and I find out how much localized state UBI is being given out, all the benefits and all the things, guys, it's been around. Like it's just not formalized.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is our government's going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it. And so how are people going to get housing vouchers? It's going to be a thing. Mark my words, in 10 years.
And they have Section 8. It already is a thing.
Section 8, HUD VASH, yes. And they're going to expand it.
Yeah.
Right. So HUD VASH is like getting huge right now. Section 8 is huge, but localized grant programs and like vouchers and state municipality level, not even federal, but like state municipality, that's expanding. You saw what happened with Sacramento just like 2 months ago, passed a grant program to help real estate investors expand co-living in Sacramento. They're like, we want more co-living.
Got it.
So I know that there's the stress on me is like, guys, wholesaling is great. Fixing and flipping is great. You need to own something that people can afford.
Right.
And I love Grant, both your friend and my friend, but I look at Grant, I'm like, A-class multifamily is not for 99% of people. And I stress out about people going, how do I get started? I'm like, how do you get started? Lady, you got to get ownership right now. Like you got 3, maybe 4 years before it becomes almost impossible for you to get into the game of real estate. It's going to be so oversaturated by BlackRock and all these massive companies. They're going to keep your ability to get into it almost at 0. And that's what stresses me out. And you're fine. I'm fine. But what about the people that are learning how to get into real estate for the first time? It's going to be almost nearly impossible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Housing prices are not going down.
Yeah.
They're going up. Rent rates are not going down. They're going up. And co-living is amazing. It's taking the world by storm. But how can I go buy real estate in 4 or 5 years when the price of a house is $430 right now in the nation? It's going to be $700,000.
Yep.
Is the BRRRR strategy going to work at that point?
No.
No, the BRRRR strategy is basically...
It doesn't even work now.
Doesn't even work now.
Yeah.
The only thing that really works, this is self-promoting, is basically creative finance, or you got to have a shit ton of cash.
Yeah.
That's
if you want to cash flow on a property.
And even then, single family, like look at regular single family. You've made this comment a couple of times and I agree with you. Regular single family property, when people are like, yeah, I bought for cash flow. No, you didn't. You did not buy for cash flow. Do not buy regular rentals for cash flow.
Yeah.
Because they won't.
It's a myth.
It's a myth. Now, you do buy for tax benefits and appreciation, but that's a long game.
Yep.
You want to go after co-living.
And you only need tax benefits if you're making money.
There you go. So you got co-living is dominating the single family space. And my average co-living is netting $1,500 a month. That's after even putting money away for CapEx. But you got to look for like mobile home parks, RV parks. You got to go after the stuff that's affordable housing that's going to actually solve the problem.
When you say co-living, just so everyone knows, you're just talking rent by the room type stuff.
Rent by the room. Find a 4-bed, 3-bath house. That's kind of the sweet spot. No HOA. You take out the living room. You take out the homeless lady I just helped. She found a Subto deal. and the house is a 3-bed, 2-bath existing Airbnb that's getting its ass beat.
Yeah.
Welcome to Airbnb, my friends. Everybody that tells you Airbnb is the way to go has been lying to you. I'm sorry. Unless they're focusing on like super properties, like a good friend of ours, good friend of mine, Bill Faith. Do you know Bill Faith?
He just joined M19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he was texting me. He told me, he said, say hi.
Yeah.
Bill Faith teaches Airbnb the way Airbnb should be taught, which is stop going after regular houses, go after like exceptional properties that are harder to get into. You got to have a niche. I like that, and I think he's right.
Mm-hmm.
So what Maddie did is she finds a 3-bed, 2-bath existing Airbnb, and she goes, "Do you think I could turn this into co-living?" And I go, "Yeah." So I go over to the property, living room, dining room, the garage. That's 4 extra bedrooms. So now we've got 7-bed, 2-bath.
Got it.
Then there's like this little guest house on the back. And I go, "Are you kidding me? We can go 9-bed, 3-bath." And so you're going to convert and you're going to spend some money, but she's going to rent these out by the room. The average room is renting for $900, about $875. Rent's included. Utilities are included. Internet is included. Cleaning is included. Landscape is included. And you get a parking spot. That is the future of single family real estate. I know it's already been going on.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Yeah, there's not really another path.
So this is my point. You got Airbnb that's dwindling off. How many hundreds of thousands of people have paid for Airbnb education that now Airbnb is now no longer the thing? Box has been checked. It's mostly out. Regular rentals has not been cash flowable for years.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for like 7 years. You can buy regular rentals, but you're not going to cash flow.
You're buying them for rental or for appreciation and taxes.
Midterm rental. Let's look at midterm rental. Midterm rental, for people that don't know what midterm rental is, you're looking at insurance people, right? Somebody's house floods. The insurance company says, "No problem, we'll go put you in this house." Midterm rentals have become so oversaturated. There's only so many people that are having hot water heaters bust open in their house.
Right.
So you're not having an expansive growth in the midterm rental space. So when I see people go to midterm rental conferences, I'm like, guys, that is a limited market. Co-living, is it a limited market?
No, I mean, it serves the biggest population of people.
It serves the biggest population and solves the biggest problem in real estate currently.
Yeah.
And governments are getting behind it. So co-living is the current phase. And so what I worry about is you go, oh, midterm rentals out. Regular rentals are dying. Airbnb is slowly dying. Guys, in 5 years, what are other strategies that are not going to work anymore? You got limited time. That's my point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting time, man. I look at the world and where it's headed and real estate and everything. And, like the idea of just the way that we were all taught growing up of like, imagine like the 2% rule now.
Oh, bro.
Like it's not even a thing.
Yeah, and I get people that DM me and go, "Does the 70% minus ARV, does that still work? And does the 1% rule still work that they put on Bigger Pockets 15 years ago?" I go, "No.
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing. It's changed. The world has changed dynamically." And so for those of you guys that, this homeless thing that I'm somewhat excited about, it's not so much the homeless thing, it's just eliminating excuses. Jamil and I go, if we had 2 years to like really push hard on helping people, what would we do? And I go, I'd get out and visit people in person.
Yeah.
So in November, Jamil and I, we've got this massive tour bus. It's like an AC/DC style massive tour bus. Like
you guys are going on tour.
We're going on tour, like big tour. Like the bus is like a $500,000 bus. We've got sponsors, Monster Energy's like getting behind it. It's
really?
Yeah, it's like a big deal. And all I'm doing is I'm going to go do 125 meetups all over the country. And at every meetup, I'm going to make sure everybody walks away touching a deal. Every single person is going to touch a deal. So we're strategizing right now on like, how do we get everybody, 50,000 people get their first deal in less than 6 months, which sounds crazy. But we have a game plan for it. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
When's that start?
November.
Okay.
First week in November. Yeah, it's coming up.
Coming up. So what do you think, back to the AI thing, right? We're talking about, okay, ownership essentially like is going to matter. But what do you think about jobs?
They're going away. They're going away. And I think that I might, I watched Sam Altman's newest interview about ChatGPT, number 5, just popped out yesterday. And he was saying, oh, humans are really adaptable. They always find a way to survive. I'm like, that's your answer? Your answer is they find a way to survive? And he's like, yeah, there's going to be people have a job that are going to laugh back at us that we even thought about this. I'm like, okay, I see some reality in that. But I go, okay, robots are so gosh dang good.
Yeah.
And the ones in China are better than the ones that we're talking about, the Tesla robot, whatever it is. Optimus. And I look at the number one job that I look at, if nobody else loses their jobs, Ryan, nobody else loses their job besides truck drivers. Nobody else. Teachers don't lose their jobs. Landscapers don't lose their jobs. Coders don't lose their jobs. Software engineers don't lose their jobs. We know they are, but let's just pretend they're not. Truck drivers and logistics behind truck drivers accounts for about 8 million jobs in America.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be around in 4 or 5 years?
Maybe in 5 years, but I mean, not
Definitely
so long.
not 7.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
Tesla's coming.
Tesla's coming. So what do you do with 7 million people?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you do. The government continues to print money. The government figures out how to keep these people alive until they either die off. Our population is dwindling like crazy. People like you can have 4 kids, but you should be having 12, bro. You got to keep up with.
If you're fertile,
you got to be making babies because the population is declining, which means growth is going to slow down. The government is going to have to keep people alive by just doing UBI. And so if you're in real estate, I know maybe I'm fear-mongering, but I look at it and I go, in 10 years, if your entire portfolio doesn't look like 80% affordable housing, 20% other alternate assets, you're toast. Like, get out of Airbnb, get out of the things.
but take that away. Like I mean, I think that doesn't even I should say, like, just own assets, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you said businesses, even a stock or Bitcoin or freaking rentals, like whatever, right? But like to own assets, you're gonna have to like make money.
Right.
And usually to make money, you have a job for most people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
what are people going to do?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
I don't know. And I have this asset. It's in Tucson, Arizona. I bought it for $20 million. No money out of my pocket, the creative finance stuff that I talk about. And it distributes to me like $24,000 a month. Our partnership, it makes $77,000 a month net.
Yeah.
Income's $165. We pay all of our things. The seller gets a check for $45,000 a month. That's his seller finance portion. And our net's $77,000. Pretty awesome. And I was doing an Instagram live while I was at the property. We've owned it for about 2 years. And somebody says, well, if you're worried about jobs, then what the heck are all your people going to do? And I go, everybody in this property is Section 8. This is a super Section 8 property.
Yeah.
I have 160.
They don't have jobs.
They don't have jobs. The government's already printing the money. So I'm safe. And so I don't know. I'm actually afraid of it. I don't have a solution for it. I think the belief system of go buy businesses. I'm like, what business can you buy today that's going to be around in 10 years? A CPA business? Nope. An excavation company? I can make the argument because they're doing unique projects, whatnot.
Well, you were talking about this over there, and I don't know if you want to share it, but you had a business that was worth a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd love to share this.
Yeah.
My partner might not be happy with this, but we have a company. I won't say the company name because then my partner will hate me for this.
Yep.
But we currently have a company right now that we had an offer for $10 million 5 years ago. Somebody came along and goes,
and by the way, why didn't you take it?
Because we thought we could go to 30 million.
Yeah. Okay.
We thought we could go to 30, 40 million bucks. And here's the thing is if you have a partnership, which you already know this really well, I sell a company for 10 million bucks. I split that. We have one partner in the Philippines.
Yep.
He'd get a check for a couple million. Then me and my partner would split 8.
Yep.
So I get 4.
Then you get taxed.
Then I get taxed. Okay, great. I'm a real estate guy, so I wouldn't really have to pay tax. I'd have to, buy another asset, whatever. But my money be tied up. I'd basically walk away with for about 2 million bucks.
Yep.
So I could look at $2 million. I go, not worth it. Let's go to 30 million. I'll walk away with 6 or 7 million out of a $30 million sale. We got it to 10 million, bro. If we broke through 1 million, we got to 10 million. Somebody's already offering us 10 million. That means they see the value of this. Okay, so that somebody offering us 10 million actually convinced me I had something greater than 10 million. To not sell it. So we don't sell it. And now we are trying to sell it desperately. We can't even sell it for $1 million bucks.
Crazy.
Why? Because it's a physical human being call center in the Philippines.
Yeah. And people know that's going away.
People know it's going away. And more importantly, people are already using, I don't know what you guys are using, and I don't know what Brian's using, but we're using a company called Prop.ai. It's doing all the cold call. It's doing all the appointment setting. It's $1,000. It will outperform 20 VAs that cost 20 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So like you look at that across the board in every aspect of every business, it's happening right now. And people are going, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do in 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know I'm going to do in 3 or 4 years. The everyday common employee, this is the common thing I see in a lot of people that I consult for. They go, Pace, my employees are refusing to use AI. How do I force them to use AI? And I go,
Fire them
and get somebody who already has experience with in AI, because what they're doing is job protection.
Yeah, they don't want to have something that replaces them.
Right. So anyway, I appreciate you having me on here today. For anybody that wants to visit me and Jamil on the road, we're going to literally 125 cities. We'll have a meetup of 500 or 600 people. I want to meet everybody in person. Hopefully I can help them overcome this how do I get started question. That starts in November, costs no money to go to. The website's not up, but it'll be called whereispace.com. Like where is Pace, and it's going to track me out.
You know what's so funny? I never realized that. Every time I see you post the link,
Yeah.
it looks to my mind like where I space.
Oh, really?
Like in my mind, that's how I read it. And I'm
Oh,
like,
dang it.
where I space.
Maybe I should change that. But yeah,
No, I might be the only guy.
whereispace.com just updates you on everywhere I'm going and what I'm doing. So people are like, where can I meet you? Where can I see you in person? So whereispace.com. You guys will see me and Jamil on the road.
That'd be tight.
We should do our big Las Vegas meetup here.
Yeah.
You cool with that?
Yeah. Just tell me the date and
we fill up the parking lot.
yeah. I mean, we did it before once.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
We had tacos and everything. It was great.
You remember the gifts we got? I forgot. Somebody brought us both gifts.
What were they?
They were super random.
What was it?
One was like a toy car. Another one was like yeah, it was random.
That was a fun time. We had like, I don't know, 400 people here or something like that. You could barely move.
Yep.
Well, let's do 600-700 people here. It'd be great.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Cool.
And then we'll get you out to a golf trip and everything else.
I'd love to. I'd love to. A bunch of people joining M19 are texting me and going, I just joined.
Yep.
Bill Faith told me, he was like, I saw him on his Instagram going, I just joined M19. He's like dragging his golf bag through the airport. He's so pumped. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. My guy was, because I had never met Bill, and I'm excited to meet him now.
I think he's the only guy teaching Airbnb the right way.
Good. Yeah. I'm going to have him on after we talked. And we just I saw my guy talking to him. He's like, Ryan, you'll want to talk to this guy. Okay, who is it? He's like, yeah, dude, like I know Pace and all these guys. You just spoke at my conference. He's like, I used to be a professional golfer. I'm like, wait, you do real estate and you're a professional golfer? You're already in, dude.
Yeah, you're in.
Like, let's go.
I bet guys like that are not even asking about the price.
Oh, no. I didn't even tell him the price. He goes, I'm in. And I'm going to refer like 8 people. Like, I'm in.
Isn't that interesting? It's like, so Dean texts me, Dean Graziosi sends me a text 2 years ago, and he goes, hey, I know we've been friends for a couple of years, and we'll hang out in the summer times, and I'll have breakfast with Dean a couple times a year. He's right down the office. His office.
Yeah, he was there a couple months ago.
He's an amazing guy. Yeah. Unbelievable. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. And he goes, hey, me and Tony are starting to think about building this thing, like this exclusive invite-only mastermind. I go, yeah, no problem. What's the wiring information? I'm in.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't told you the price. I'm like, bro, the price is insignificant compared to what I will get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exactly what you're building with M19, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, bro, it's always good hanging out with you, man.
Appreciate you,
excited to watch the tour and host one of the sites. So
yes,
it'll be great.
If you got, no matter where you guys are in the country, we will be everywhere. Also, 3 Canada spots. I haven't been to Canada in 20 years. So we're going to stop by in 3 Canadas.
What about Mexico?
We are definitely not going to Mexico. I love you guys in Mexico, but I'm not. We're good. You guys come up here. You get a passport. Come up here. Hang out.
You'll go to San Diego.
I'll go to San Diego. It's Mexico light. Okay.
Yeah, you go to El Paso, maybe.
We are definitely going to El Paso, which is also Mexico light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can easily come.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, go check it out. We will link to that down below, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.